BTC Barbers Level 3 Profile Cut Number 1. Long square layers. You will develop skills with tension control, using guidelines and cross-checking. This haircut requires you to firstly develop a guideline, removing the amount of hair required. This then will act as your guideline throughout the rest of the haircut. We will be using vertical section control. Your section should be no bigger than the width of your comb, usually about an inch in size. It is hugely important to create your guideline and follow the guideline throughout the whole haircut in a methodical pattern. Use your comb to comb both sides of the section to create accurate control. It is all about having good tension. The tension is what you will continue to follow throughout the haircut. This will ensure you have an even, balanced look at the end of the result. Carefully collect the hair, pull directly out from the head using a 90-degree angle, and remove the excess following your guideline. Repeat this process all the way through the bottom part of the haircut, keeping your fingers straight and held at a 90-degree angle. Check the balance of the haircut by pulling strands out on either side, making sure that it is correctly balanced. If it's not, you can alter it and remove any excess. At this stage we're using a horizontal section, just pulling out and checking and removing any excess hair. Still holding at a 90-degree angle. We're using point cutting just to soften that balance. Once you are happy that the first part of the haircut is balanced correctly, you can then move on to the next section. Split the top section at the back of the head to make sure you have enough hair you can control. Go back to the center part of the haircut, comb out 90 degrees, find your guideline which will be at the bottom of the haircut and reduce the excess length. Again, good control, good tension, using a vertical section pattern. Work that around the side of the head until you've completed that zone. Connect with the opposite side of that area, making sure your sections are clean and tidy at all times. Keep the hair moist. This will enable you to have the best control whilst cutting this haircut. Tension is crucial, and control throughout this haircut will ensure you will have the best results. Place your comb under your thumb to ensure you have clear access to the cutting area. Pivot all the way around that section to ensure you complete through the zones. Check and cross-check and balance to make sure your haircut is precise, even and accurate. If you do find an area that is slightly longer, pull out, horizontal, 90 degrees, and just connect and remove any excess hair. Today we will be using point cutting to soften that connection point. Check the balance by pulling the hair out from the head, making sure that you have good control. Once you are comfortable that that zone has been completed, you are able to move up to the next area of the back of the head. Keep the hair moist for the best control. Reposition the head if you need to ensure it is in the upright position. Locate your guideline from underneath and connect using your club cutting technique and 90-degree angle from the head. Pivot all the way through the zone to complete that area of the haircut. It is crucial that all your sections remain clean and tidy to ensure you will get the best and accurate results. Go back to the centre part of the head, pull out at 90 degrees, find your guideline, connect and move forward around that zone, pivoting completely around the back of the head. Always work with the amount of hair that you can handle in the length of your fingers. Cross check, balance and then move on. We can now use the back section guideline to continue the haircut through into the side area. Again, using a 90-degree section, vertical fingers, find your guideline and connect. Once you've connected, using the back section, pivot all the way forward to the front of the haircut. Check your guideline and continue. If you cannot find your guideline, just move back slightly, collect more hair that you've just cut, and that will hopefully enable you to spot your guideline. Each section that you take should be parallel to the head, and you should be stood parallel in front of that section to avoid any over direction which would lead to an uneven haircut. You can see there's a little bit at the front that is slightly longer, and that is only due to the fact that I've over directed that section at the front and that has thrown the balance out somewhat. Find that area and reduce the length to ensure balance is correct. Once you have completed that part of the haircut, you can then move on to connect the opposite side in exactly the same process and manner. Locate your guideline from the back from your previous part of the haircut, then connect and move forward vertically with good tension. Uneven tension throughout the haircut could lead to an uneven balanced haircut. Continue to pivot all the way forward till you reach the front area. This will be the last zone of the side sections. Pull evenly and check for balance. Using your comb will enable you to ensure accuracy throughout the haircut. If you are happy that the sides and the back are connected correctly, you can then start to think about connecting the back through to the top. We will part the hair across the top part of the crown to ensure we have an amount of hair that we can then connect using the back section as a guide. Part the hair across the top front of the crown, separate by combing the front forward, clipping out the way if necessary. Again, keeping the hair moist throughout the haircut. Take a centre section over the crown, comb up and out using a 90-degree angle. Look for a connection point using the back as a guide. Ensure you collect an element of that part of the haircut so you will have a guide. At this stage you can see it just there. Connect. This will enable you then to start to work through the top. It is important to pivot around the back of the crown in exactly the same pattern and method to ensure accuracy of the haircut, evenness and balance. Comb up. Check for your area of connection and connect. Pivot in exactly the same manner. Keep your sections clean. Comb up. Find your connection aspect of the haircut and connect. Continue to work across the back of the crown on both sides of the head to ensure you have an accurate and even result. Tension is crucial, control is crucial, sectioning is crucial, and working in a methodical pattern is the best way forward at this stage. Do not rush this and do not cut if you're not convinced you're at the right angle and you're removing the right amount of hair. Balance, check. Once happy that the length is correct, you can then move around to the top section. At this stage, we are now going to keep the layer system through the top square. This will ensure maximum length is maintained through the top of the haircut. Take a section. Remove the excess forward, comb up, find your guideline from the back and look for a connection. Pull the hair up with good tension at a 90-degree angle and look to remove excess length. Find your guideline, and we are going to use a point cutting technique to create texture, softness and separation. Your point cutting technique should be done in a systematic manner, but remembering it is all about creating texture. Once you are happy, you can then move across the sides and the curvature of the head, picking up on excess hair and removing the length. Keeping it square will ensure maximum length remains through the top. This is a squared layered haircut through the top area of this haircut. You can see I use my little finger as a guide and to help steady my hand by resting it on the head. This is a technique you could use or develop a similar technique of your own. Find your guideline, check you are happy, check the angle, continue to remove the length using a point cutting technique. Curve over the curve of the head, pull up 90 degrees, square, remove the length. Complete that pattern through the top part of the haircut in a methodical manner to maintain accuracy, balance, and ultimately an even haircut. It is important to keep your sections clean, as this will ensure a comfortable progress through the top area. Stay in the centre of the head, reduce the length, and then to one side, square, and repeat on the opposite side and keep it square. As we start to work forward to the front part of the haircut, I will start to over direct slightly to maintain maximum length, and this is something you can negotiate with your customer throughout the consultation aspect. Gather, pull back, reduce the length, connect with the sides, and check for balance. Take areas, pull up, make sure it is even. You are comfortable with the even weight distribution, and your haircut will then be completed. Visually check by running your fingers through. The drying process at this stage is using a finger drying, lifting the hair from the head. This helps to create volume into the roots. Blast drying, creating texture, separation, volume and lift. Use your fingers to direct the hair into the position you wish it to go. Ensure your hairdryer is never on hot heat, but it can be on full power. Once you are happy that the style is in its place, choose your correct finishing product and apply in the correct manner. This complements the texture, complements the separation, and will give the haircut an element of hold. You may also decide to use a finishing spray to secure the look and to position it in the position that is desirable. A square, long layered haircut using a 90-degree section.